Hello everyone, this is our third video on the Django. Today I discuss about the Django related, how to create a Django project and whatever what about the functionality of the commands, what about the boiler folders, pre-built folder, and also we create a small project. uh, the project is count the vowel and consonant from a integer, no sorry, from a string. Okay, so at first we know what is a Django. Django Django is a high level Python web framework used to build a secure and scalable web application quickly, following by MVT architecture. Okay, creating a Django project. Okay, so at first we install the Django. The command is pip install Django. Okay, what is the pip? Pip, the official package definition of the pip. The official package managed for Python. Okay, functionality is download the software packages from the online Python package index py.py. Okay, and install a specific command given to the package manager. Functionality, it tells to the pip to fetch and download the configuration of new packages. Action, it plays to fill into your system Python environment. Okay, Django. So what is a Django? This is the specific name to the library you want. It's target a popular web framework to build a website. It's ensure the pip look to exact name on the py. Okay, so now we run the command in the terminal. So we on it. Whatever the pip ins install Django. Okay, because we already download the Django, so is tell the requirement already satisfied. Okay, so what about the Django admin definition? A Django command line utility for administrative tasks. A Django command line utility. A Django command line utility for the administrative tasks. Okay, function. It execute the script and manage your project structure. It's create a new project and directories or the database schema. Okay, so how to create a project? So the command of the how to create a project is Django admin start project and then project name. Okay, suppose here we build, so how to Django admin start project project, then start project, then project name, suppose my project. Okay, my project this name insert by your own choice. Okay, after that here we create a project. Okay, so we already tell the Django admin what is the start project, a specific built-in sub command given to the Django admin. Okay, functionality is triggered to the script to generate a boiler project structure. Generate to the boiler project structure. We already see the boiler project structure. Where come here. my project user defined argument representing the project name, okay, is determine the name of the root directory and the inner configuration folder. It must be follow the Python variable name using rules, no hyphens and no space. Okay. Now we explain the project folder structure. What about the project folder structure? So after creating the project, this is the main project folder, job portal. So here our main project folder is my project. Okay. Inside my project we have another module by script called manage.py. Here we also script available manage.py. Okay. And in the app folder, this is job portal, this is our app folder. In the app folder we already have a init.py, settings.py, url.py, sgs.py and wsgs.py. Okay. So we already have this URLs. Init.py, its work to tell the Python it's this directory as a package. Okay. s.py and wsgi.py, the help of these two module we can deploy our project and also communicate with the server through our internet. Okay. Then comes settings.py. Here we, in this module we can done many type of configuration of our project like templates, path settings, URL settings, install apps, etc. and database connectivity, all are the managed by the settings.py. Okay. And our another folder is manage.py. Help of this module we can communicate to our project. Actually it is like an assistant of our project. Okay. Whatever we run the command via help of the manage.py. Okay. Here we create another file by developer itself, which is called views.py. Here we write the logics, business logics of this project related. Actually you can say it is the main brain of our project. Okay. So here explain the important files here. Let's go manage.py. The manage.py is used to project related commands like starting the server, migration and creating the app. The command is python manage.py. Also python manage.migrate. Okay. This is for develop the database, create a table for database. Okay. So we discuss later. This very active. So now discuss Python definition. The executable program for the Python interpreter. Okay. It tells to operating system to wake up the Python. To wake up the Python. Action. It's prepared the system to read and execute the upcoming script. Manage.py. Okay. A local script automatically created by start project. Okay. It acts the project specific worker around a Django admin. It automatically links your project and setting to the command on commands you run. Okay. Another is called a runserver. A built-in serve command passed to the manage.py. It is launched the lightweight local web server on your computer. Okay. It tells to view and test your website in the browser at 172.00 and port ID 8.00. Okay. Okay. We run the command. Django hyphen admin. No, this is not command. pyta join python 3. This will use the Mac, so manage.py run ser via server. Okay, I think some issue in my code. No? Okay. cd. At first we go to this file my project, then we run. Okay, let's check Django version using this project. Start the development server. Okay, our development server start at http 127.0.0.1. This is the IP address of my system, local system, and port ID is 8000. Okay, now we go our browser and just type localhost 800. Okay, this is our boilerplate or the Django. Our server is run. Go to this page. Okay, now we come to the settings.py. The settings.py contained all the project configuration like install app, database, setting, templates, and middleware and static files. Content order. The important section of the settings.py is install apps, database, template, and static URL. Okay. Our another module is called urls.py. The urls.py handle the URL routing. It's connect with URL with a view function. Okay. This is our url.py. It set all the URL. Okay. And WSGI and ASGI example. This is file are used to deployment and server communication. This is the WSGI file and AS.gi file. Okay, and this is a manage.py file. Already said the help of this file will communicate with the server. This is called as settings.py. And another is init.py. Already said is tell the Python that this is a folder, is a Python package. Treat as a Python package. Basically, this file is empty. This model is. Okay, and we come to the template folder. Template folder define a folder that store the HTML files used to design your website layout and use the interface function. Separated your visual front-end design code completely from your backend Python logics. Okay, it is used to design the template language detail to insert the dynamic data into the static HTML page setup. It's required the registration of the template section from the settings.py. Okay. What about the complete request flow of this? Okay. At first, user request, user come to the browser and hit the URL. Okay, URL is come from the url.py, then check the patterns. If the patterns are matched, is come to the view section, and the request is matched with specific functions, and this function, when this function is matched, this execute on the requirement if the database is needed, then it work. Okay, then whatever the data, like insert in a database or some data fetch from the database, then it's come from again views.py. Then views.py is passed by the help of the template.html. Then the response is go to the URL part. Okay, it means user request. A user type the URL into their web browser. On the click the links, the browser sent to the HTTP request across the internet to your Django server. Okay, then url.py. Django receive the request and check the URL pattern, routing configuration. Okay, it's match the result of the URL part to the specific Python function or class. Okay, then comes to views.py. This acts to the brain of your application where the business logic are processed. It accept the request and decide what data is need and coordinating with the other parts. Coordinates with other parts. Then the models.py is created. The view query of the model file if the pages record the information from the database. Okay, the model fetch or shape the data like user profile or post and return to the view. Okay, then comes to picture template, a view that take a raw data and pass into the HTML layout templates file. Okay, Django rendered the file injecting the dynamic data into the static HTML code structure. Okay, response. The view package fully rendered the HTML page into a standard HTTP response object. The server sent the response back to the user browser. Okay, which is displayed in the website. Okay, the template folder is not automatically built. Okay, it is created by developer itself. So here we create the template, templates templates folder. Inside the template folder we create a index.html. Okay, that's it. Okay, so here we already create a project on this. So we show this project. This is our small project. Here we count the vowel and consonant of a specific string. Okay, so now we run this project. Okay, already run here. Okay, this is our web page. This is a URL. Here we enter the some name. Suppose Shubham Chakraborty, SUBHM Shubham, CHAKRABORTY. Okay, so this name have a 5 vowel and 12 consonant. Okay, so now we discuss the project folder. Okay, this is the manage.py of our project. We already said the help of this folder we can communicate with the project related tasks, basically the administrative tasks like run the server, make the migration by passing the commands in this module. Okay, then we come to the settings.py. in the settings.py, here we registered our installed app, middleware, templates registration, okay, and WSGI registration, database also register here database. If you use the another database, then also you can register, and static URLs, okay. WSGI and SGI.py, they are basically used for the deployment purpose and communicate with the server, okay. Another is a url.py. The help of the url.py, users can be route one page to the another page from a website, and it is parallelly mapped with the views.py, okay. Views.py, okay. This is the views.py. This is the, here we write a business logic, and we can say the main brain of our project, okay. Here we write the code like Python. Now here we import import the render function from this module Django the shortcuts. Also import the HTTP request and HTTP response function from the Django.http module, okay. Here we define a function. The function name is called index, and I have a request, have a parameter that's called request. Type is HTTP request. Inside this request method, we have some header files like user or client identity, IP address, along with some data that user pass through the from, okay, and is return a HTTP response, okay. Here we declare a empty dictionary, empty string, and then second we initialize a reference instance variable with a 0. We also declare 3 empty string reference variable, vow, con, and date, okay. If the request.method equal to post, then the control come to this part, and it is the validation, okay. If the user not enter any data in the text box, then automatically this statement is executed. Please enter the data, okay. If data is entered successfully, then we fetch the data from the HTML text by the help of request.post.get, and we store in the reference variable. The type of the reference variable is str, okay. Then we separate the string by the help of the join function, and we separate by the comma. Then we store it again another string date to str, okay. Then we declare a empty array, okay, and we convert the each and every letter of this string to the lowercase, okay, by the help of the for loop, lowercase, and append to the array, okay. Then we hard coding two array. They're called a vowel and consonant. And the first array, the name is vowel. Here we insert a vowel, A-I-O-U. There are strings. Our next array is a consonant. Here we write it down all the consonant letters, okay. Then we run the for loop. The main logic of the for loop is I is the reference variable. It point out every single letter of the array and is check if I, when suppose A is present in the vowel, that means this string, this list, then that is become true. Then the control come to the next part. Here we increment the v1 variable by the +1. Okay, same as if any vowel letter is come, then automatically increment. If it is a consonant, then it is not increment. After that, when the fully execution is complete, then automatically this string with a variable is stored in this reference variable. Okay, this is a type of the string type. Okay, then same as for consonant. Okay, after the complete the for loop execution, then it's come to the this line number 59. Okay, this is we declare the reference variable con, and where we store this string. Okay, and after that all the all the datas they are processing in this file, they are stored in a key value pair in a dictionary. The name is a context. Okay, then we pass it in a pre-built function that's called a render, return it. Here we pass the request, that is actually HTTP response. Okay, then we mention the index.html, the HTML boilerplate static file, where the data go. So then we pass the context. It is a dynamic data, so in a static file, static HTML file, it's a changeable. Okay, that's all about.